Okay, here we go. Can you? Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Hello, my name is Daniel Lazo, and I want to start out tonight by asking everybody a quick little question. Did you hear recently the news story that I'm sure everybody's heard about the California wildfires? Well, apparently, immigrants have been linked to the starting of these fires intentionally and maliciously. That's right. How does that make you feel? Gives you different feelings, right? You know, maybe we should build a wall. Maybe we should institute a ban. Keep the immigrants out. That's what this news story is going to do. There's only one problem with it. This is a fake news story. Now, what I want to do tonight is just give everybody a little information as to how to actually understand, receive, and interpret the news that we receive. Because it's very critical to actually get real news and understand when that news is real. We have to be able to discern between what is fake news, what is opinion news, and what is actually factual news reported. So I want to first start out by talking about one of the biggest sources of fake news, which is social media websites, such as Facebook and Twitter. These sites are very, very, very dangerous in the real news world because social media news is just that. It's created by social media participants. It's not created by investigative journalists. It's not created by people who have a degree in journalism and can report journalism with factuality and credibility. It is a fact that in the 2016 presidential election, there were multiple news sources and news reports out, such as Hillary Clinton selling weapons to ISIS. Many of Hillary Clinton's lost emails were linked and sent to ISIS and communications between her and ISIS. Also, there was a good story about how the Pope, that is currently in the seat, backed Donald Trump, believe it or not. Even though he's widely discredited that report, and all of these reports were widely discredited. These stories were all fake news stories. Yet on social media, Facebook, Twitter, different sites such as this, these stories were shared millions of times and seen by millions of people who made decisions based off of these stories. That's the real danger with fake news, especially news generated through these social media websites, is that we are making real life decisions based on what we hear. And when we make those decisions off of something that's not true, that's a big problem and very dangerous for us all as a society. Now, I want to then go into what is news media? What do news organizations look like? There's a lot of news organizations. Some real, credible, official organizations like CNN, MSNBC, Fox News. These are all real sources of news. You also have newspapers like the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal. And then you have online publications like Breitbart.com. This is a real source of news organization. However, organizations like Freedom Junction, which publicated that original article I spoke of, is not a real organization. They're promoting unsourced, uncredible facts. And this is very dangerous to everyone as a society and as a group of individuals. Now, we can't allow ourselves to be influenced by very important people to make our decisions on what is and is not real news. People like our religious leaders, such as priests, rabbis, and sorts, business leaders in the community, and even the President of the United States cannot determine what we deceive or detect as real or fake news. We have to be the ones that go in and find these sources for what they are. Websites and news organizations that put out articles that are very overly dramatized, like immigrants starting the California wildfires, are meant to do one thing, which is to anger us and get us to not read the story, but just to accept it as truth. This is the things that we need to avoid as a society. We need to be able to quickly discern what is real and what is not. And the easiest way to do that, in conclusion, is to continuously triple check and triple source our information. Be able to read between the lines and actually read the stories that we see. Because if we're not actually reading the information there, we can't make real judgments about what the headline says. So I want to thank everybody for hearing me out and listening to what I had to say. And together we can all end fake news.